Easy Deezy for another episode of Chop Shop. As normal, I got my two-thirds of the three-man. Everybody's in the building, so let me just go ahead and get that out the way. To my immediate left, we are the Magic Mushroom Man. Dave City's on vacation. Ta-da.
Still?
He's on spring break. He's still on spring break. I don't know how long his spring break is, but he's still here and kicking it with us.
We here.
Mushroom Man, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, bro.
Okay, and to my far left, the infamous Greg Dawes, a.k.a. Ruff. How you feeling tonight, young man?
I feel with my hands like I always do, and I ain't that far left. I'm a little bit more in the center, so let's go.
Okay, well, that's gonna be one of these nights tonight. I want to apologize to the special guest already in advance, but with that being said, special guest here with us tonight, man, is actually, man, this is Tampa royalty right here, man. Just dude been making a lot of moves in the city, man, doing some real good stuff. Got the Hip Hop Music Festival / car show coming up Easter weekend. So, CEO and founder of 1828 Entertainment. So, without further ado, let's give it up for Marlon Wright.
The Godfather of Tampa.
Marlon, what's going on, man? It's so I'm telling you, like I say, man, when Waldo made this happen to get you on here, man, I was really excited because you are one of the guys that's got a lot of good stuff going on in the city. And tonight we're gonna tackle, we're gonna talk about the gun violence and entrepreneurship. So tonight is the Marlon Wright show. We just hanging out with you. So what got you into the entrepreneurial spirit? Because I think a lot of times people want to try to do different things, but they're afraid to take that leap because when you have negative energy around you, people tell you can't do certain things. What kept you going?
I think it's a long story behind the story because, a lot of people that know me know my background and some that don't. Like, I went to prison at a young age. Like, I did a lot of time in federal prison. So I felt like I could just take that negative energy and that negative hustle and turn it into a positive. So when I was on my journey, I was locked up, I just said, okay, well, these are some of the things I want to do when I get out. And, entertainment and real estate were just some things I studied and practiced, and I just put it into play once I came home.
Okay. So with the 1828 vision, how did that come? I know you say you did different things before you got to the 1828. How did that come together? I know you had a club, which was really jumping. When you first when it first popped off, and I think Tampa struggles with nightlife. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think I first started off, I was targeting the older demographic. But then, the older demographic don't always come out on the regular. So at some point, you got to try to remix it. You got to try to keep the lights on. So I started catering to a younger demographic, man. And these youngsters, they can get a little loose. They can get a little wild. They don't respect the fact that, okay, this is a black-owned establishment. Like, this not a black leased establishment. This is a black-owned establishment with all blacks working in here. Yeah. I'm showing them love in every which way, but that young generation, they just don't get it, bro. So it was like at some point you got to kind of switch gears and go a different direction. But I think it brought some good to the city, to kind of help people see what's possible, what we can do. Because to my knowledge, I don't really know no other black-owned establishment that has been in the city that really catered to us.
Now, like you say, black owned. You got, like you say, you got some leases.
Yeah.
Rent. People pay a rent, but like you say, that's yours. But I tell Walter, I always tell Dawson, I said, young people spend money. So that's kind of like because older people, like you say, working people, they check the check, so they might spend $40. They get a couple of drinks and maybe some wings. You cancel my check. You cancel my bill. I'm good for the night. I don't need. I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse this Long Island. Till it's time to leave. But young folks, like I said, them young hustlers, young ballers, they drop it. Hey, let me get a bottle of Ciroc. Let me get a bottle of Hen. Let me get 50 wings. They spending money, and I think that's you want to cater to everybody, but it's that line because young people, they eventually they gonna mess it up.
they spend their money, but it's like they don't really have like a respect for the ownership or like owning nothing.
Right.
So they come out, they'll spend some money, but a lot of times it'll turn out into a negative majority of the time. So it's good and it's bad with that, but I just think the younger crowd is a little volatile. That's what
That's an understatement. And you all, I see you over there calibrating, and I'm watching. And and I'm supposed to be the one that's a little rambunctious today with all we got going on. But the reality is, these young people have. And I'll say this with my generation, the Lord blessed me to be 55 a couple Sundays ago. And I'll say we didn't just drop the ball. We dropped the ball and kicked it over the fence and into the alligator pool when it came to what was given to us and what we didn't pass down to the other to the youngsters. Because we knew how to go and act out in public, because the first thing they say is, boy, don't go nowhere and embarrass me. Mm-hmm. Now, some people even in my generation are okay with being embarrassed or doing the things to get the likes or to get the instantaneous attention. And it's really a shame, because there are powers that are working to watch us go back to where we were years ago, and all we're doing is aiding them in pushing this thing forward.
But I think money has a lot to do with that too. So when you
like alcohol, Daryl.
I'm just saying, when you got you somebody who go tell you
like alcohol, right?
Yeah, that's true. Like I say, when you got you somebody,
the truth
like I say, you got you somebody, you spend somebody. Let's just say you don't hit the block, and we have a conversation right now. So you don't hit the trap, and you got you say $4,000 or $5,000. You want to hang out and party. Who gonna tell you what you can and what you can't do?
But that's the thing. They ain't got. It ain't no real money. Like
I understand, but for some people,
right?
For some people, they see that they got $5,000. Like folk get crazy. They get their income tax check. Folks quit their job, call out sick. I'm finna. My baby daddy gonna flip this. We finna take off.
Wow, we done heard it all.
We gonna have a conversation. We
got mafia stories live from Chop Shop. Mafia stories.
We gonna have. Let's get into it.
I should say dope boy stories, not mafia.
Right, but I think that's the thing though, and like Marlon spoke about, a lot of people are not used to money. Yeah. They're not used to money. So when you get that kind of money, you sit back and think of it, and we just having a conversation again, so I want everybody to get mad, get offended.
Oh, they already there.
Okay, but with that being said, you got folks that struggle all year to pay bills.
Right.
So when you get that notice, hey, your refund has been accepted, your deposit go hit on this date, people call out sick.
That's the wrong thing to do.
But I'm just saying, but that go back to the same thing though, when you talk about when dealing with money. So older people understand the dynamic of money. Younger people don't care.
Yeah, some
old folks really, a lot of old folks could stack.
Yeah, some.
But do you think it was money that made them that way? You think it's just a lack of cultural discipline?
Yeah, I think the cultural discipline. But I'll say it's both, because I have a saying that I kind of live by. If you ever want to know who somebody is, give them some money.
Or alcohol, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say money, though.
You give a broke man alcohol, he's still a broke man with alcohol.
Yeah, but I think it's both. I think it's both. But, it's just a sad truth, that we don't respect a lot of things as far as ownership, because they could come tear up your spot, your establishment or whatever, and just go back home like it's nothing, but not realize that this is how you live and this is how your family surviving. You got kin folks working there. You got people that you know from the community or whatever. But I think it's just, like you said, I think we dropped the ball from our generation to their generation. I think that's something that we really did. And I was talking to a homeboy of mine with a few people, and I tell him I kind of blame myself and people from my generation, because a lot of us went to prison during that time, during that crack era. You know what I'm saying? We got caught up in the mix and ended up going to jail, and we left our sons and daughters out here, to be raised just by the street or in a single parent household. So, I'm one of the people that take full responsibility of, we left a void, and now it's showing.
Right, but even with that though,
glaringly.
But I knew of you back in the day. You didn't move, you didn't conduct yourself like that. So I understand when you say the void.
Now you're gonna get personal, right?
No, I'm just saying, but he was about his business.
I ain't talking about personal to Marlon, but what you're saying now is something that makes sense.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But I ain't never seen him
money to do how to still be gentlemen,
right, and still move accordingly. I ain't never see him at rumors on top of the table fighting somebody. I ain't never see him at the lounge swinging on somebody outside the bar. He didn't move like that.
That's a flagrant in one, right?
But I'm just saying. But that's what I get back to. So I just think young people.
But you're right.
When they get that money, they conduct themselves. They be who they want to be.
But I think it's a competition, because if you're young and you get money, and you saw Waldo get money, and you was doing kind of rough at the time. Now you want that car that Waldo had. You want that chain that Waldo had. So it's kind of like a secret competition, because you finally in a position. So instead of you thinking of something positive to do with the money and make the money have babies, you just gonna blow the money because you're trying
let me ask Marlon the question. Compete. Do you think we'd have been like this if we had social media? Do you think we'd have been a little bit more discreet?
I
think say we. I'm saying we.
Me personally, our
generation.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that social media is like it's rough, and once we get in that topic about the violence, I think social media and music has a lot to do with it.
Say it again.
But I'm gonna say me personally, I don't think that I would have been, because I always wanted to be like laid back. I never wanted to be.
That's what I'm saying.
We didn't want attention. But we didn't want attention.
Wanted to be that. So
our generation never wanted that kind of attention.
Yeah, I don't think that really applies to me.
But we can get into the gun. We can get into the gun violence. We can get into that now. I mean, if you
I'm rolling with y'all, bro. Y'all need this.
Gun violence, dumb violence, whatever you want to call it. It's what it is. We just didn't look for. Our generation didn't look for the exposure.
And I think something else too, though, Doc, like you were saying. Coming up back, in the 90s, late 80s, money was flowing, but didn't nobody kill you about no woman. You weren't killed about no hood. If you cross somebody in the street,
y'all fault.
Y'all fault.
In fact, we'll even get that pole to somebody else and say we gonna head up and we gonna be done with it. Yeah. If it even came to that, because we still knew how to be gentlemen at the end of the day, because it's business.
Right.
I can't.
I don't want to mess up my business. My business comes first. I definitely want to mess that up.
Exactly.
But that's why I go back to, like I said, the young cats today. There's no respect for nothing.
They don't care about nothing. Like they have no regard for human life. Like,
I even listen to the way that some guys talk, and I tell when we off air, and I'm like, I can't believe they're having this discussion on the internet.
Yeah, but I go back to, like I said, just to put it in perspective. I got a partner of mine, crosstown, stay Triple Terrace area. Son got into it with a girl Sunday morning. The girl called her dude over. Dude kill him. On just arguing. Just some words being exchanged. And they had to bury him the Friday before Christmas. That don't make no sense, bro. On arguing.
So now you got 4 lives that are forever, at minimal, forever changed.
And once again, it's the gun. Like I got partners that done lost kids in the last 3-4 years to gun violence. I mean, guys that I know I can touch, like I can reach out, call, communicate, and who wants to bury their child?
Exactly.
On violence, man, violent crimes.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to go out like that.
And then the bad thing is, this is what makes it worse. You could turn the news on, and it'll never get reported. I saw something a couple weeks ago. They were talking about a manatee being sick. That's the first story on the news. Not about somebody getting killed, and then they talking about a manatee, bro, or a dog that they had that was left out in a field. How's that your main story on the news, bro? When you got all these senseless crime, murders going on in the city.
Who shot who?
But if they show all that, Tampa ain't gonna be in the magazine
for the best city to live,
greatest city to live in. They put that on the news. It's going
987 people a day coming in.
I tell people all the time, when you see the Ebo City, you see Chandlerside. True story. Took Kobe. Me and Kobe going to an Armwood game. He talking about how beautiful they show Tampa to be. I said, okay, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to take you down 92, and you see all these meth heads out here. All these folks out here barefoot. They ain't gonna never show you that.
Camera, that guy over there.
We having conversations, but they ain't gonna never show you that. So they gonna show you Ybor City. They gonna show you Channelside. You gonna see the glitz and glamour, Soho,
yeah,
all of that. But hey, let them ride down the trailer parks, on 92. Let them check that out. Let them check the meth heads walking around barefoot.
That ain't in the Tampa City limits.
I'm about to say the same thing.
That don't count. That ain't the Tampa.
But that's
City
all
limits.
I'm saying, man. We got to make it make sense. Like we
It
do
never
too
will.
much.
If you're honest with you, if we're honest, it won't make sense because we've fallen so far not just as a community, but as a populace over the within my eyes lifetime. I'm 55 and I see things that I never would have. I see a regression. And we talked about this, Daryl, that when we met back in 1990, you could not have convinced me that we're going to be hanging around in 2023 and this is what we'd see.
Yeah, I ain't see that either.
Yeah.
I ain't see that either.
Like I ain't see Duke beating UNLV. I had to watch that again today.
Let me ask you, man. I heard you guys had an event a couple weeks ago at Reagan Park speaking about gun violence. How did that go?
The event actually went well, but I think some of the youth that we're targeting, they didn't come to that event, and it's understandable because you had news media outlets and other things that were there. But I mean, overall, it went well. We did reach out and make contact with some kids that we doing some things further along, and we met some other people as well that are doing positive things in the community, like our Coach Chan, and then we met another
Coach Chang. That's my boy. Coach Chang been in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we just had a meeting with him and a friend of his, and we talking about doing some good things together. We also another brother, just a life coach at Tech, brother by the name of Anthony. Me and Fee went out there and spoke to them and spoke to the ISS students. You know what I'm saying? Sat down, had some good conversation. We go out there from time to time. So we got some good things going on, man. Just trying to help them, because the common thing that I'm seeing is that they don't have nobody to talk to. They don't have nobody that they respect to talk to. You know what I'm saying? They come from where they come from. Like you go in there with a suit on, but once we get in there and we start talking to them, and I can show you that, okay, I've been to prison 2 times. One when I was 17, went back when I was just turning 20, did 18 years, you know what I'm saying, I was selling drugs, and then came from the housing project where y'all came from, went to Tech, dropped out. Then upon getting released, I mean, I actually did currently doing a lot of positive things, you know what I'm saying, in the quiet.
Tons of positive.
10, 20 times.
You doing a lot of good stuff, man. So yeah, you doing a lot. So, but see, once again, that's your character. You'll never beat your chest about this. What I'm doing. That's who you are. That's like I told you. Even knowing you from a distance, just the way you move different. Because it was never about you. You never made things about you. You just about your business. Like you say, you took a fall, got back on your feet. You ain't looked back.
But it's more of an indication of his heart, because I knew who he was without this person who actually met him, and it's an indication of where your heart is.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing, because God bless you. I mean, I think I got it like that.
I just want to take a second.
I'm telling you.
Shout out Coach Chain.
Yeah.
Our producer in the trap, scared for his life, but he good.
Yeah, Coach Chain had Todd G on there a couple weeks ago. Torrey was like, "Hey man, where you got me at?" I said, "Man, you with Chain? You with Chain, man?" They had Todd G, man. Torrey like, "Man, where you got me?" I said, "Man, you good, man. Chain gonna take care. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. You see how it is. You see how it is on the other side. So that's all. You all right?
Hey,
you with the right people.
Experience is life's greatest teacher. They say.
Yeah,
right?
he was all right. He was no threat. Everything was good. He was safe. He was good. But I like you were saying about, I think a lot of times now, the model is that I think nowadays children are so impressionable that we're all impressionable people. So, and I tell Doss all the time, so if you ain't got the big jewelry, it's hard to reach a young 14, 15-year-old mindset, because what they're impressionable by is what they see.
Yeah.
So the music, like you say, the lyrics in the music, things that don't count, like you say, but that's what they own.
I'm gonna tell you what impressed them. Money.
Yeah.
If you get money, they gonna listen.
I'm telling you. And then, like you say, but how did you get it? And that when you break it down that way, but let me say this though,
they don't care how you got it.
They don't know the difference between guns and butter. What's a gun?
Right, but I'm saying, but I'm saying, just getting money, being an entrepreneur, doing different things like that, because COVID should have taught anybody other ways besides your job to generate money. Because a lot of jobs got shut down, a lot of people got laid off, and still had bills they had to pay.
But when you say entrepreneurship, if we're going to be candid and honest, they will call scam, hustling, whatever you want to call it, their entrepreneurship.
Well, that's not real though.
Well,
I mean, that's temporary.
Well, sometimes reality is a matter of interpretation, right?
Right.
But I'm not saying that you're incorrect. What they don't, no one tells them the other side of the story, which is why I'm impressed by Marlon. Even I've tried some of that stuff before. My patience starts at 0 and declines. So I'm impressed that you could do that. Do they respect the fact that you've been there? You're not throwing out wolf tickets. You actually have been there.
I think that's one of the key things that make them open up to Fee and myself, because they know that we've been there and they could talk to their uncles or parents or whomever, and they could verify that, okay, yeah, this person has done this. So the person that you see right now can relate to, and I've been through everything that you think you're going through. Like,
and was willing to give it up.
Exactly, because there was a bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think it's encouraging for them to be able to see that, well, damn, he went through this, and he still made it here. And that's part of the spiel that I give them. I went through all this, so you don't have to go through it, because whatever question you got that you want to ask me, I'm more than willing to help you.
And then,
if
like,
you do what you're supposed to do in school, we're willing to help buy you clothes. We're willing to do whatever it is so that you don't go through what we went through.
And let me say this to young folks: there ain't nothing wrong with getting old.
No.
I'm so happy.
Ain't nothing wrong with getting old, boy.
But like Waldo was saying, they have a disregard for life, and I think it's like that because the surroundings they come from. You know what I'm saying? Probably your mother on drugs, father on drugs. You have no understanding. You have no value of life. You just feel like you stuck in this box. Right. So that's why they gravitate to the guns, to the violence, because that's all they hear on the songs is, okay, let's spin the block, let's do this, let's do that. Nobody really talking about getting money. Nobody really want to sacrifice. Like they don't play College Hill against West Tampa football no more. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of things. They're not even athletes for a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? But it's sad. But you know,
he's speaking. He's speaking.
It's just the truth.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
We're walking around us when we up there doing our games of the week, or I'm up there or whatever, and I'm saying when you do occasion with me, what do you say?
You got
the same boys around here. We would have been. So I never watched the game from the stands.
I played.
We played. Yeah. We see guys that are. You're like, well, why aren't you playing? You know, we saw that as an out, and even the guys that was getting money would say, "No, you don't do this.
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't do this.
Yeah, you gonna play ball. You gonna play ball.
You'll protect.
Yeah, you protect.
You don't matter where you in the city. It don't matter where you at. You know what I'm saying? You go. Oh no, that's such and such. Nah, let
he hoop.
Man, you going to the crib, man.
Yeah, you straight. Don't be out here like that. What you doing out here? What you doing out here? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And I think nowadays you don't have anybody that's watching you don't have no OGs on the street watching the kids no more.
Because the streets are dangerous for the OGs, which is something that goes back to what Marlon was talking about. Because they have such little value for anything. They have no respect for history.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, which is what the interesting thing about music is another discussion has done when you talk about music.
But they ain't being taught about the history either. So like they don't really know the history. You know what I'm saying? So it's
seek ye.
Yeah, you got to seek, but they not seeking history. They seeking they
right now. They on right now. They on right now.
Money, yeah.
They trying to get money, and how can I get to it? What can I do? And then
if they were seeking history, they'll go to school.
Yeah, exactly. But like you say, you're right though.
If they're seeking history, they'll go to school.
Exactly, you're right.
They go to their dumb phones right now. Within your possession, you have access to information.
Yeah.
Okay, but dog, you still what you still missing, bro? The information they try to get to the money. Now, if you got a Google website of how I can get me some money, yeah, but let's look at that. But you talk about like history and information. Young people don't care about that because they living right now. They in right now. Everything they do is I made it through Monday. Let me get through Tuesday. They look at they day for day, bro. It's different.
I definitely get that. And somebody who's been there, this is a bill. You want a billboard? You want to Google? Look to my immediate right, your screen's left, and you'll see history. He's talking about it, and we know. All of us probably know. And hopefully the statute of limitations is gone. But all of us have known somebody who's been there, and a lot of the old heads who made good money, they were able to say, okay, that's enough, I'm done. Because the thing that's the most, nothing, you can't put a price on your freedom.
No.
Right.
Because if you're living and you're incarcerated, you would give anything to get out. just like people who are sick. You got wealthy people who are sick saying they would give it all back. Give me my health.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Right.
they in there, they doing everything they can. Tell him. Doing everything they can to get out.
Commercial.
Look at our first break here, man.
Whoa.
Yeah, the mushroom man cracking up. So, hey,
Everything they can to get out.
everything they can.
Man.
Yeah, I'm cooperating. Whatever you need, sir, right here. Whatever you need. What you need me to sign. But real quick, hey, every episode we dedicate to my man Will D, man. Go check out his product line, www.cigarlyfe.com. Got some good apparel on there, man. Like every week we dedicating the show to, we still ride for you, bro.
Absolutely.
Never forgot. And Ruff, go and let these good folks know what you got and let them know you got receipts as well.
Yeah, I've actually taken my big little brother's advice, and I've in counseling, I've put out reels. You can follow me on social media. Go to my Twitter or the Instagram at GDNAPSC.
He said I sued and won. That's what he said.
Well, I'm
He said I
suing now.
sued and
I've
won.
sued in one, yes, and I have sued, and I'm continuing. I'm in litigation now, malicious prosecution in the Middle District, and I don't have a problem showing my face and letting them smell my cologne inside the courtrooms. But what we do is we try to help people who otherwise can't afford adequate representation
Pull 'em up,
navigate
Torres.
the court system.
There you go.
And you can see, and I don't been through a lot. And actually, I was surprised you didn't know, Daryl, that I had the incident where a former Hillsborough County judge and the police officer got together to have me arrested falsely for perjuring an official proceeding. After disqualifying 4 judges, the Florida Supreme Court sent the judge in from another circuit, and 1 hour later, the case terminated in my favor, so I'm pursuing a malicious prosecution claim. And beyond that, they need to give me my properties back and everything that I'm entitled to thereof, and I'm fighting diligently for it. And I have no suicidal thoughts whatsoever, people. So it is what it is, and we're gonna we're gonna have it.
And you got receipts too, right?
Oh, absolutely. So just check me out, and even on my Facebook page, I'm learning how to work with these reels and putting this stuff out here. But you said they were clear, Waldo, right? You can see the dockets, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
whether get that voiceover, we gonna be out of there.
Oh yeah. The
have
child
Waldo
support,
do that for
traffic,
you.
automobile negligence, and criminal perjury. We've done it all. Over 200 appearances.
We do not own the rights to this music. We're gonna take a quick minute and a half break. Torres, give us something. All right, what's going on, good people? This is yours truly, Easy Deezy. Finna get into the second segment of Chop Shop. To my left, I got the magic mushroom, man. Dave City's on vacation.
Let's go.
I don't know when he get back. And
please get him some
over there on the end
back.
is Greg Dawes, a.k.a. Ruff. And our special guest, once again, 1828's own Marlon Wright. Going into the break, man, we talked about, the time that you spent, away. And, you spoke about you couldn't be mad with nobody because, like I say, you held yourself accountable. Young people today do not understand that concept. I don't know what triggers it. I don't know where it stems from.
Yes, you do.
Go ahead, call it out there. What it stems from?
A lack of accountability. No one holds anybody accountable. And what the man said, I want Marlon to talk about. He brought it up. What did you say? Who did it?
Yeah, I think like when I was coming up, I didn't hold nobody responsible. Like I got to 27 years in federal prison. Like I knew what I was doing when I was out there the whole time. I knew that I had done made certain decisions, so I had to live with it. So with that,
hold on, Marlon, you made certain what?
Decisions.
You didn't call them no mistakes. Like
yeah, I know exactly what I was doing. Everything I ever done, I know what I was doing. So with knowing that, you know that there are consequences and repercussions that come behind your actions. So with that being said, there was no need for me to come back. To society being angry. Only thing I want to do is, come back and be successful, you know what I'm saying, and help rebuild a community that I took a part of tearing down. So now I think that's a major problem with the youth. Like, nobody wants to be held responsible for their actions. And I think that's part of the reason why they do what they do. But it's kind of like the blind leading the blind because they looking up to their homeboy, and he only 17, 18 years old. So what can he possibly tell you? But they want to be a part of something, you know what I'm saying? They
want to belong to something.
Yeah, you want to belong to a broken household.
What the book tell you about the blind leading the blind? Where you going to end up? In the ditch.
You already know.
Yeah. And by the way, Daryl, and shout out to everybody's bracket being in the bottom of the trash bin or burnt up. What do you do when you foul on the basketball court? You raise your hand.
Raise your hand.
It's me. It's me.
Yeah.
When you look in the mirror, shout out to Michael Jackson. The man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror. The reality is,
Rough cutting up tonight.
Yeah. How am I cutting up?
Do you think, Ruff? This your show? Go ahead. He got that Bobby Brown. He got the Bobby Brown. He got that Bobby Brown.
Hey, don't do me like Bobby. I can still dance and step. So I won't be out of breath. Now I can get my 6 miles in when I go out there and hit the road. But I'm glad that Marlon is here in the flesh. These are things that we must talk about because
and we must address. No, you absolutely,
in a year and some
right.
change, we'll be having elections. And I've said it before. Me and the show's producer, we have our differences politically, but the election populace is older when it should actually in our community be getting younger.
But the thing is, but here we go again. Black people.
There you go.
They don't vote. I'm just being honest. Because I'm telling you, listen. But this is the mindset. Let me finish.
Ethnicity.
But let me finish. If a lot of people feel they vote don't mean nothing, so it goes back to where. Go ahead.
It really don't mean nothing because we don't make anybody earn our vote.
That's true.
We go out and whoever's a Democrat, that's who we give our vote to.
Right. Yeah, but and they don't do nothing to sell it, to make you.
Yeah, if somebody go out here and if it's a Republican and Republicans say he gonna do more for you than a Democrat, why wouldn't you vote for them?
Well, let's look at it this way. Yeah. If a person breaks it down from right, left, or I'm an independent, so here's a caveat. What many don't understand is if you have a city council of 5 people or a community or county commission of 6 people, 5 people, and you only have one representative there that's going to voice your agenda, the vote will end up being 4-1 for whatever the issue is, and you'll never get it.
Yeah, shout out to my homeboy Parham. Say he a convicted felon. He make his count. Good stuff, homie.
Absolutely. And listen, if I was willing to take a bullet for this country, there's no way I'm not going to vote for somebody. Even if the person that I voted for doesn't win, it's about it's about participation.
Right.
I go knock on everybody. Hey, listen, hey, man, we got an issue here. I want to talk to you because you're the one who makes the decision. Now, he may shoot me the bird or she may shoot me the bird or she may not do anything at all. But I'm going to let my voice be heard, not just at the ballot, but also in their office. I write. I participate in the process. And at the end of the day, beyond the lip service, whether Republican or Democrat, what have you, look at what they're trying to do and how it affects you on a daily basis. 'Cause let me tell you something. If voting didn't work, you wouldn't have all these gerrymandered districts. You wouldn't have lost Lawson and the lady over in Tallahassee if voting didn't matter. You wouldn't have them working so hard to keep you from voting, because voting should be a fundamental right, period. It shouldn't even be the Voting Rights Act passed. And if you were a felon, once your time is up, which Charlie Crist did for you before Amendment 4, once it's over and you paid your debt to society, it's been paid. It should be restored.
Right.
If we're going to let people walk around with guns without a background check, which you call what you want, or having any kind of responsibility for owning weapons, you gonna tell me that voting doesn't matter?
But it's worse in Georgia. You can take a pistol. You can take a pistol to go eat in Georgia. You can go to Papados.
Yeah.
And walk in with your pistol.
Georgia's open carry, but that's some people don't realize that's not a federal issue. That's a state issue.
Right.
Some people get mad at the president now, although he did just commute a lot of sentences. Even Joe Biden did, for felons who were convicted for minor drug offenses. And even although a lot of them came out under Trump, Barack Obama actually commuted more of the people who came out under Trump than President Trump did. He just commuted the sentence to a date that came after his departure. But understand the difference between local government, city, county, state.
Do they still teach civics in school?
Man, listen, do they teach you how to get that money in school?
No.
But you find out, right?
Yeah, you make a way. Yeah.
Okay, the onus of your intellectual capacity is not on some stranger, and that's who the teachers are.
I'm not saying a stranger, but like I say, once again, you're giving.
My bad, big little brother. Big dummies make little dummies, right?
But the narrative, like I say, but the narrative is, you have to provide something to get young people involved.
You went to the Gary and who school of learning?
Gary and Bernice, but I'm saying,
I went to the Calvin and Queenie, right?
Okay, but they raised me, but I still go to the same thing. You're looking for people to be involved, and I still go back to the same narrative. What's going to draw young people to work? I'm telling you, like when P. Diddy came out with the vote or die, young people gravitated to that. Because P. Diddy is somebody that they can identify with. So P. Diddy employing people to vote, I'm going to vote.
Yeah, they're going to have to get Lil Baby.
Yeah, they got to get Lil Baby, but for real, that's the truth. You got to get Lil Baby, Moneybag, somebody to come out like,
get them to be coherent.
No, but I'm just saying, but that's what the young people, that's what they own. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. So I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, younger people gravitate to people that look like them. Mm-hmm. And then that talk like them.
All right.
So if you had somebody do a commercial, just like you said, a Lil Baby, Moneybag, Tom G,
Gucci.
We got Gucci, Juvie, and JT Money coming down here on the A.
There we go.
Let Juvie, what you call it, get your vote on high. They go, hey, I'm riding with Juvie. They gonna get on there.
Well, people of Juvie's age are voting, and one thing about Juvie being from Louisiana, which is, I believe, the state with the highest percentage of African Americans in the United States, there are some issues in Louisiana that should not be taking place, but they do.
You're right, but I don't want to make this the political. I want to get back to Marlon with this.
But our politics are what also affected many of the guys that were incarcerated. Because I used to tell people who had somebody incarcerated, if nobody else should care about them having their rights restored, you should.
Right, I agree. I mean, you ain't saying that wrong. I don't. But I just we got Marlon. We gonna get into, like I said, we got you covered up later on this season, and it's gonna be the Greg Dawg show.
No, we're not gonna.
I'm probably be sitting behind Torres. Like, man, I'm gonna let Waldo sit up here with you, because I already know gonna be a lot of work. So, but like I say, on the 8th of April, man, we got something big. You got something big y'all putting together, man. Easter weekend, Perry Harvey Park. Let the good people know about that, man.
We got the Our Hip Hop Music Festival and Car Show coming up. It's the second annual. Last year, it was something I just had an idea. We got a lot of artists from the Bay Area that, some have had a decent level of success, and I guess no one has never just really gave them a decent platform to be on. Like you might see them performing at the little local club or something like that, but no one never put them in a festival type environment and let them, come out, because you could be a fan of, like you say, Tom gonna always be a local hometown hero.
Right.
You got
Shout out.
yeah, you got Tay Bay. You have
Priceless Scott.
You got Priceless. You got LA coming up. I mean, you got. But just to speak of the ones in the past, you have a lot of them, and nobody never really gave them that light. So I thought about, okay, well, you know what? Let me do a show and highlight all the local celebrities because we have so many of them. And then I mean, last year I just thought, okay, well, let me bring Kaya. I know it's a love-hate relationship with the city with Kaya. You know what I'm saying? But to be honest, I wasn't gonna do the show until I got her. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that she was gonna be a draw. But then this year I'm just trying to make it a little bigger. You know what I'm saying? Get some nationally known artists, and then I just look to continue to do it. You know what I'm saying? And give our because Tampa got a unique sound all of its own, and we got a strong, long history of hip hop. So I think it just needs to be highlighted. You know what I'm saying? But on a different level, and then a lot of us in the car. So I feel like the hip hop show and the concert, and in the car show, I just felt like it was a great concept, and we do it in conjunction with the city. This year we got some major sponsors. You got 95.7 backing, and we got Taz Law. We have some other
good stuff, man. So, good stuff.
Yeah, like it's really getting out there, and we just gonna get bigger and bigger. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it every year. You know what I'm saying? Like an annual event, and you know, so I mean, shout out to 1828, Is a Bomb, and Big Belly.
Oh yeah, Is a Bomb with you.
So,
okay, what about Are there the tickets, or is it just general admission?
No, we have a VIP ticket. Our general admission ticket $40, VIP $60, and then we have some all access that are $150, but they just about sold out. So, I mean, but it's looking good, doing good numbers. I mean, like you have the city involved, TPD will be there, the fire department.
Now, what time y'all kick off?
Everybody. We kick off at gates open at 2. Show starts at 4.
Okay, so you doing the car show first, or how y'all run it?
Yeah, from the time that the gates open, the cars will be out there, and you could just, you know what I'm saying, look at them.
Okay,
I'll go ahead and so there's no controversy. I'll just go ahead and get my 2. You can figure out how y'all gonna give them up.
Okay.
I'll support. You
know. As far as I got a question about the show. As far as the artists, what about an up and coming artist? That would want to get into like the festival or the show like for next year, like what they need to have or what they need to be ready like to be an artist on the show. They got to have like a platform, a following, or they got to be
I mean I would like you to have a platform or a following, but we just looking at who grinding. Like you have some people on there, and we have a artist K Root, and she hasn't had a lot of success, but all of us have noticed her grind. Like she stayed grinding, she stayed doing her thing. Like she always at it. You know what I'm saying? So
Marlon, he asked you that between me and you. Waldo want to rap. Waldo has. Waldo want to rap.
Why even open that
door?
Why open the door?
I'm telling you, we gonna keep it all the way up. We gonna keep it up. He asked you that.
Don't open the door. Yell through the wall.
He gotta have some motion, man. Waldo, I gotta see you doing something. I can't let you on there because we hold on.
Oh man.
Marlon, Waldo used to cut my hair. I mean, this is my barber for years. I had to go to another barber when he
was
stopped.
mumble rapping in your ear while he cut.
No, he had a rhyme book, so like he'll cut my hair. That just hit. Let me write this down, bro. Hold on real quick. Let me write this down. So don't let it out, man. You want me to open that?
I said that because it's a couple artists that I think have talent, but they don't have like a big following. And one of them really ain't got like no backing to get his music pushing. You know what I'm saying? But
the only thing I say about that is if you don't really with the platforms that they have out there now, it really don't take a lot of money to really get out there. And if you have good music, it's gonna kind of show itself. But another thing that I like to highlight as well, like this is a family event. We want the old to the younger because we got from JT and Juvenile to Jimbo World on there. You know what I'm saying? So like. We cater to all demographics, but at the same time, if you notice when you look at the lineup, we don't have nobody on there talking about spinning the block. Like this is an event that we want everybody to feel comfortable at. Right. We not promoting killing each other.
Foolishness, okay.
We promoting good music, you know what I'm saying, from our people. You know, we not doing that. We just want this to be a good event. Like I say, you got local vendors out there, several food trucks that y'all know. You have alcohol out there, like it's gonna be the whole nine. We're gonna set it up the same way that I would set up any other festival if I was bringing nationally known artists all the way around. That's the same setup that you're gonna get here. So we just trying to give them that platform, man, to come out and show their talents.
Now let me ask you. You said something. I got to ask you that. Have you thought about maybe exploring that? Maybe like kind of like a funk fest, what they do? Because I think something that Tampa is really hurting for is that we don't have
that R&B old school.
We don't have that good old school. I mean, I know they got a couple people that do like little parties and stuff like that, but like I sit back and think where being from Atlanta, you saw acts come to town. They still do it now. Well, they have a lot of acts that come to town like every other weekend. You might catch something like, okay, SOS Band, Lakeside, groups in the 80s that still have a following. And I think that's something that we really would gravitate to here, because you sit back and think about it. We don't have old school R&B music stations.
No, we definitely looking into that. And at one point, me and another business partner of mine, Fred, we were actually partners with Leo in the Funk Fest, but that's a whole different story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we actually did a few shows with Leo with the Funk Fest. But on another note, no, we actually in talks right now, myself and Fee, with doing some every November, maybe Julian B. Lane or Curtis Hickson Park, called R&B on the River. And we in the talks with 95.7 about it. So now we got some big things in there.
Keep us posted, man, because Chop Shop, we on board with y'all, man.
Like I said, y'all figure it out. I got two. So, you and Heavy or Waldo, y'all figure out how to.
No, grab me one. Isaiah, you now. Grab me one.
We're gonna give them away.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna get 3. We're gonna give 3 away.
That's fine. I mean, which one do? Which one do? I was gonna go. I mean, yeah. I mean, we're gonna go. We're gonna be selfish on this one. I'm going. Yeah, we're gonna be selfish. Yeah, we're going on this.
I don't recall talking to you about. I said my 2. We'll figure out how you gonna give them away, or
okay. Well, I mean,
figure it out. I'm gonna give 2.
Okay, well, appreciate the support. Get me down for 3, but yeah, I ain't.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And we got hit Big Belly Ty. Big Belly Ty got him.
Yeah, he got it. But then you can also get him at Health Matters Pharmacy. Or you can get him at Icon. Or you can also get him at Blue Flame Restaurant on Fowler. Or you go online. Or get him from you go online and get them from Eventbrite. So yeah, we got a couple different outlets.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go to Blue Flame and get me 2 because I'm gonna get me a chow.
Okay. But like I say, man, y'all doing a lot of good stuff, and like I said, I just know the city needs that, because nobody's really like I remember like when y'all first popped 1828 off, it was a happening spot. A lot of people hitting it. Then right around the same time, 7th and Grove was coming. And that's what we need. Old school folk, we ain't got nowhere to go.
Only thing about old school folks, I'm about to say, to be honest, they ain't going out on the regular, man. You're right. They going sometimes, but I think
hit or miss.
Yeah, but I think the concept of, and that's something that my wife and myself are looking to get into, like the lounge restaurant concept. It's been big in Atlanta, but I think that's what everybody into, the brunch and the lounge. And
but see, like you said, Atlanta.
Yeah, like, Atlanta, Houston, Charlotte. Yeah, those places.
But when you have prominent black people that want to spend money.
Yeah.
And that's the key.
That's the difference.
But I think Tampa got it though. I think Tampa has a nice working class, and 7th and Grove showed me that, because it does great numbers. You know what I'm saying? So
7th and Grove too. Okay.
Yeah, it has some nice. Tampa ready for it, but you just have to. And I put a lot of pressure on the owners as well, because me and my wife we support a lot of local black-owned businesses, but. Give me something to support. Don't just think just because you open the door, I'm supposed to come support. But then you give me a service or product that's not really worth the money that you're asking for. You know what I'm saying? So I think you have to be mindful of that.
No, you're 100% correct on that. But I think, but you went there about we don't go out as much, and he over there smiling. Mrs. News.
That's just nightlife.
But he said we want to be comfortable.
Right.
When we go somewhere.
No, you do, because I mean,
when we old, it's harder to duck.
Exactly, yeah. I'm the same age group as you, so hey, man, I ain't trying to do no running. When I see the police lights now, I don't run. I'm like, shit, hey, man, come on and get me. I ain't jumping out and running no more. I'm straight, man. I ain't
got nothing, bro. ID, whatever you need, bro. Whatever you need, I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. Whatever you need, ID, I'm ready. But like you said, and that's the thing. Like we talked about. Like Waldo spoke about when they went out to Atlanta. They went to a brunch. Yeah. And they were going to hang out. They going to spend money. And that's what I'm saying. So but the thing is though, you got some people that when they go places, they don't want to spend no money, and then scared. They scared of the price.
Yeah.
You can't be like that going out. We hanging out. Let's hang out.
No, yeah, if you go in certain environments, you go in certain establishments, and you got already have your mind made up that you finna have
there's
to
an
spend
expectation.
something.
Don't let Daryl do that to you. There's an
expectation.
There's an expectation in Atlanta of there's a decorum, and it's understood because there's a culture. But like you were talking about, but at one time we had it here in Tampa. There's a culture, and unfortunately.
Bro, you can't go nowhere. You can't go nowhere and eat for $10.
No,
That's
you can't
not
do
what I'm
that.
talking about. I said there's a
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, cheap can be a culture too now.
Okay, but then you know what? Then if you cheap, then you in the way. Let me say that. Then you in the way.
I don't.
You know what I'm just saying? Go ahead.
Everybody got their lane, huh?
Everybody got their lane, and I respect
cheap
that.
Food truck, a cheap restaurant. That's
okay, and that's cool if that works for you.
You know what? Daryl's trying to be nice about it. Heavy, just tell me what it is. You don't go to and haggle with them about their prices.
No, you don't go to Macy's, you don't go to Publix, you don't go to Walmart. When them J's come out, you pay top dollar.
Proud to tell everybody.
You get them whatever they want. You'll take a picture.
This for this.
You'll take a picture in line. You'll take a picture in line when you walk out the store with your shoes. I just copped these, I got these early, get at me.
I think that's cool, but you just have to, like I say, you gotta have a product that's worthy. Like Coasis over there lately. I mean, we were just over there at an event a couple weeks ago at a birthday party, and I mean, if you got a good product, I think people will pay for it. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta have a.
You think they'll pay without haggling?
Yeah, because what sense does it make to haggle? You saw what the menu said. You had the opportunity before they brought it to walk out.
I need you to do some promos for me then, Marlon, because I got gas.
But I think that's the thing. But I think that's the thing, though.
They will.
That's the thing, though, Marlon. Like I said, just that it's to spend the money. And I mean, I'm going back. Like I never forget. Now I was a season pass holder at Club Atlanta. Mm-hmm. I wasn't miss a Club Atlanta on Friday. If you want to kill me, Big D gonna be in Club Atlanta on Friday. I'll never forget. First Friday, 1998. Sided changed the price from $10 to $13. That's a $3 increase, bro. Yeah. Bro, it's folks outside. Man, Sided tripping. I said, what's going on? Man, Sided bought the price up. I said, bro, I pay $20 to get in here. I know what I'm gonna get when I get in here.
Exactly.
There you go.
I'm gonna pay that.
Might want to plead the fifth on that, but
I'm just saying. But I mean, that was years before me. That's for anybody. I mean, just saying.
I didn't say you might want to plead the fifth.
But I didn't say I was going. I wasn't going to miss
first 48.
But I wanted to pay. But like you said, you get what you pay for, and you pay for what you want, and that's the truth.
Right.
You get what you pay for, and you pay for what you want.
No, I get it because like at 1828, they wanted deals at 7 and Grove. They knew what they was going to pay when they came in the door. You know what I'm saying? So it's a certain expectation that you do. But I would say, yeah, it definitely is. And I would say just as the business owners, like give somebody something
worth paying for.
So let me ask you: you had people that come in the 1828. And want you to give them something?
Man, I was selling bottles of 1828 for $125, $140. You go to 7 and Grove, them same bottles, the exact same bottle, $250, $300.
And ain't no jug.
Shelf, you know
ain't no jug. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just how you do it. But I would say that one thing, like me and my wife, at the point that we are in business right now, we try to. When you walk in the business that we own, we strive for you not to know who owns it. Black, white, European, Caucasian. Like we feel like we trying to give you something that we would shop at, and we trying to just set a certain standard and a certain level. So
now, do you think that limits you when people know that you own the establishment?
I think some of them it does.
I think because like I say,
I'm about to come to you for some consultation as to how you manage to just say there's an expectation.
So you wouldn't market a product like as a business as a black owned business for black people, or you'll just market it?
No, just as a business, because why would I put myself in a hole like that just to get our business? I mean, it would be a business overall. We know in general, if once they know that Waldo own the business, the majority of your business gonna be blacks. It's just like when we first started 7 and Grove, we went to Charlotte, we went to Atlanta, we went to a couple different spaces just getting ideas. But one of the chefs that we talked about at first, he was talking about like a menu with bone marrow and shit like that. I was like, bro, that ain't gonna work.
Bone marrow, nobody want.
You have to have some.
But the
give an elevated soul food that people can relate to, and you can charge a little more. But You just can't. It's not gonna work. You got to know your demographic.
But Marlon, look where you went.
Know your personnel. Know your personnel.
You went to Charlotte, which we know is a mecca for Charlotte and Atlanta, a mecca for blacks who are affluent and don't have any problem spending money.
Yeah,
probably my brother won't come back here, but it's what
Tampa,
it is.
Tampa has a nice working class, and you can tell by the skyline, the skyscrapers, and like he said, articles in the magazine about how popular Tampa is right now for people to move here. So I think that you definitely have a middle working class and an upper class of African Americans that are willing to spend money on a certain product. But I mean, I don't think you just go crazy with it though. It ain't no Atlanta.
So you don't think. Oh wow.
It's heading in that direction, but I think it's on the entrepreneurs. You got to give a product that's worth people coming to.
So let me ask you a question that's related to that, but about a different product. So you're saying so long as you know your product is worthy, the price is the price and you're done with it.
Yeah, but it has to be comparable. Now, I'm not just going to shoot it out the roof, but it has to be that I done looked at some more products or whatever it is that I'm selling. It's the same with a house. If you got a comp, okay, if there's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom in this area, you know the price range is this.
300,000, you can't sell it for 5.
Exactly. You know what's going to make yours different than anybody else's.
Well, I don't know about that.
That's the truth, like you say, but even like now, but it's crazy because now I just saw a spot on 26 and 22nd. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, $550,000.
Well, hold on. Now,
who bought it?
We go back.
It's for sale.
It's still on the market.
What I'm saying,
but it's going to be.
It don't matter what you're trying to sell it for.
No, because
it ain't gonna show its value until somebody buy it.
But hold on, Marlon. Let's go back to the area we both know. Right there on Arch Street in Carver City. Those 5 houses, $700,000 apiece. They're all occupied.
Yeah, but you know,
that's a different
look
area.
what you're talking about in Arch and Carver City. You know, you got that regentrification. You got those other houses being built over there. So now you have a comp. But the area that he's talking about, you're not going to have no comp because you only have so many empty lots. So one person is going to move to this city unless it's somebody. I'm going to rephrase that. Somebody that moved to this city that will buy the house. Because if somebody from here and you looking, there's only so much you can do. So why would I pay $500,000 to stay here?
Invest in that. Right there in the trap.
Like,
not the hood, the trap.
Yeah, that like Waldo say. I mean, you could put it whatever price you want to put on it. But until you sell it,
it was a house on. It was a house on our street, and they listed it. It came out, it was listed like $600,000, and it was on the market for probably like 2 years. They just sold it. I don't know how much they sold it for, but last time I looked, they dropped the price to like $450.
Exactly. You're gonna keep dropping. You gonna try your hand. That's with anything. Okay. If you wouldn't have paid that for it.
But this was, when the market was booming,
up. Yeah.
But they was doing the renovations when the market booming. Then it slowed down.
Yeah.
Right.
So it slowed down, and then they got, you know what I'm saying, they was behind. If they would have caught it probably when it was booming, they probably could have sold it.
Well, you know, getting products and stuff is a little bit more expensive from what I'm understanding for doing that. But again, we're talking about something. I want the prices to keep on going up because when I ask for them compensatory damages, it's related to what today's market price is. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the real estate, as far as the residential, is coming down a little bit, but the commercial is still.
So you think it's going to stabilize?
Yeah,
we're hoping, aren't we?
I don't think it's.
A lot of people in the streets.
Yeah, and then you don't want people to be in the crisis that we had before. You don't want a lot of people to be upside down.
Right.
So then that's when you have the crisis of people
like 2008, which is getting ready to come back against it with arms, and that's where I think we're going again because ultimately people are going to be upside down.
I don't think it's going to make it that far, but I think it's definitely going to stabilize. Yeah, it's definitely. I don't think it has.
Well, you know what my greater concern along the same area is how many people are going to become lifetime renters versus owners because the market is really driving people that way.
But that's the thing, though.
Especially in Florida.
Even if you renting, you paying more money.
Yeah.
Than buying.
I think that should be more incentive for a person to get their credit straight. Just where I think he's going at to get their credit straight, so you could buy a house and get a mortgage as opposed to renting. Because, like you say, the mortgage is going to be much cheaper than the rent.
That's what we was in. So we was staying in New Temple. We was in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and it was like $1,400. And we got in our house was less than the rent.
Yeah.
We had a big house with a pool.
Exactly.
Right.
That's
like
credit.
You know what I'm saying?
Credit. And also you got credit, but the one thing that people probably don't know, I wear it. Waller, you're a vet. And by the way, there are veterans, thanks for the inspiration, because I need to say this. There are new programs that are veteran driven. So if you're a vet out there listening to our show and you're interested in buying properties, I don't want to say the wrong names of these places, but I'll make sure I get them for the next show, that are encouraging veterans, even if you're a vet, if you have even a 550 credit score, they can get you into a house. So I'm glad you two brought that up, because I wanted to make sure I always speak to the vets.
And then you also got the studio where you do your rhymes too, right? At the house.
No, man, the studio closed.
Man, just pull Marlon to the side, man. You can approach him, man. Just pull him to the side.
I got a 5-minute slot now. I don't know how many people gonna be at the park when you go out there. I know Tariq will be out there. I don't know who else will be out there. But if he wanted his 5-minute slot, Tariq was telling you to ask me for it, man.
I really was saying, I really was asking that about, some cats, but then the little chick Dochi, I'm not familiar. You don't even look up. She finna blow. Yeah.
She's all right.
She finna blow. She won the it was some female. It's the same award. Nicki Minaj won, Cardi B. But like they won that award like right before they blew up.
Okay.
So she from here. She just did a song with Kodak. She got some motion.
You're not talking about the girl. No, I think she not already blew though. The girl from Silver Springs, I forgot what her name is. But she got like an R&B type of vibe. But
yeah, that's her.
Oh, that's her.
One she went to Blake.
I think she did a show at the Ritz or somewhere. Yeah. She already got motion. Yeah, she already got motion.
Okay. We're going to take our second break. Hopefully Waldo will freestyle before we get out of here tonight, man. And, just that Marlon say he got a 5-minute slot.
I used to do the spoken word. You have your rhymes written on your phone.
No,
I didn't do spoken. I attended spoken word. I'm not a spoken word.
Waldo's a lyricist, man. I don't know why he tripping, but I mean that's cool. I ain't even gonna badger about it no more. So we finna get unlimited, bro. We finna get into our second break. So shout out to my man Carlos Martin. Did some work on my car this past week. Low right now, Ryan. He riding with the Nuggets and the Celtics. Both got the best records. I mean, that goes without saying. 7101 North 40th Street, 813-443-4730. And you see what we rocking on here tonight, me Ruff and Dawson. Me Ruff and the Mushroom Man. We got on our Chop Shop apparel, 813-400-7015.
And if possible,
man, just reach out to her, man. We ain't finna do that. Torres, give us something. We'll be back.
The logo, Miss Newton. Grass is winning for you.
Okay, we back at it for the final segment of Chop Shop. Yours truly, Easy Deezy. Got my man, the Mushroom Man, bars to my left, and then A.K. Ruff down there on the end. The Mushroom Man, he did spit about 3 bars during the break, and Marlon said that ain't gonna work. So we'll just, I will holler at you at in population when I see you at the event.
Yeah,
so
be in the crowd.
Mushroom Man will not be performing at the event. So I just want to get that out. So those that were trying to jump on, and hey man, that ain't gonna work. So back to what we were talking about earlier, like with the hip hop event that you got coming. Was it hard, like I say, to reach out to the local acts where they respond like, okay, yeah, I want to get down? Because some people, like you say, when they get to a certain level of success, oh man, I ain't doing that. And if you're watching us right now, you can pull up and see the flyer they got set up for the event. So you got $40 for tickets, general admission, and you got a VIP for $60. So I know some of y'all still working your income tax, so definitely get on there and go check that out, man.
Man, Marlon, not Marlon.
It's still.
Hey, Mushroom Man, you and Daryl hanging out a little bit more than I thought, because he's saying all kinds of stuff. It's still circulating, all kinds of offensive language from over there.
Yeah. So while I was at you earlier, Marlon, is it hard for you to get people, like, man, I don't know if I can make that, bro, Do you get that like resistance from local acts?
No, man, them people dying to get on that stage.
Everybody on board, okay.
And then I've done business with a lot of them before. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done business with a lot of them before, and then a lot of them I done had open for like me and Fee done some of all the big artists that you could think that I came. Like we from the Ross to the Future to the T.I.s to the, just about everybody probably except Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? Like we done like every artist you could think. So a lot of them done opened up for us. So we done had them do shows at different points in time at, some of our spots. So no, it wasn't hard at all. And then another thing, like when we do this, like I don't ask for no favors. I pay them. I call them, ask what you want. This what I got going on. What's your ticket? And that's what I give them. You know what I'm saying? So ain't everybody on that getting paid. Ain't nobody doing nothing for free on that show. You know what I'm saying? So
dang, Waldo, you done missed out, man.
I don't really.
Damn, Waldo. You have no motion, man.
Yeah, we definitely need to get.
Hey, man, start right when you get home tonight, man. Start putting some more stuff in your book. We get you on that next show.
Go from your dome, man. Don't let Daryl talk to that, man. Go from that.
I'll be your manager, man. I'll be your manager, bro.
Man, go from the top.
I'll be your manager.
Man, what you doing, man? Go from the top on him, man. Right now, real quick.
Not right now.
So Marlon, let me ask you. When you spoke about the, no resistance, as far as people getting down with you, that got to make you. Like I say, that show, that highlights your character, who you are as a man, who you are as a person, because a lot of people got love for you in the city, man. And it's like, to sit back and think, the moves that you making, it gives me a good feeling, because you see somebody out here doing good, making a difference, trying to change what's going on in our city, man. So, on behalf of Chop Shop, we'll give you a flower while you're here, bro. You're
absolutely an honor.
You're doing good stuff, man. Doing real good stuff.
Meet you.
No,
the man, the myth, and the legend.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, bro. And like I say, I'm from the hood. I'm from Ponce de Leon, and I grew up with nothing. You know what I'm saying? I had some. Not all my family was doing bad, but I grew up in a rough situation. So I just want to be an inspiration. You know what I'm saying? To let people know that it could be done. You know what I'm saying? And just like with my wife, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like we just want to show people that it could be done, because we taking what was once the eyesore with the spot on 40th Street, the former Club 1828 in St. Louis and all that, and we're about to turn that into a health hub where it's going to be a pharmacy, a doctor's office. You get insurance if you need help with EBT, whatever.
Lemons to lemonade. All
yeah,
right,
you know what I'm saying? So
like
we
that.
just, we're going to totally renovate the whole everything. We just trying to let our people know.
Yeah, you said one of them names from the blast from the past. He said that's Salu.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So you when you pass by them probably about June, July, and you show your kids. Oh yeah, that used to be. They're not gonna believe you.
Hey, I might go there and take my hat off.
Apollo, yeah. Hey, so is your wife? Is your wife from Tampa too?
Yeah. My wife from Central Park, man. My wife.
Okay.
Now she got a doctor in front of her name.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a single parent of 2 kids, and went to FAMU, graduated, same background, mother and father, you know what I'm saying? Rough upbringing, and I guess that's probably why we get along so good. Like,
yeah, we definitely got to get y'all. In fact, let's do that. Once you find out when y'all gonna open up, want to bring y'all back on, say the week before.
Absolutely.
Definitely want to do that, man.
Yep.
Cause y'all doing good stuff in the community, man.
We got a lot of stuff going on, man. And then on like another note, I mean, it's not sad, but I mean, she dealing with it. Like she was diagnosed with cancer, but she done been through everything, and everything is great. And she has a cancer walk that she does in October. Like we got a lot of stuff going on, man. Like I have to have her here to. Like I know some of them missing, so when I get home, she well, why you ain't mentioning the man? I forgot. She know my favorite line. You know I'm old, man.
Let me know about that cancer walk. I'll participate.
Yeah,
Lord willing, the creek.
I was out there at the Fight Right Foundation.
Yeah.
So as far as the health hub go, as far as the health hub go, now do y'all have like y'all employees that y'all already want, or y'all trying to
she has some a lot of employees in mind, because I mean it's gonna be a nurse practitioner. She already, but I'm quite sure she has to hire a few more, like probably like pharmacy techs, and like we're gonna have insurance agents. It's gonna be like a small Tampa Family Health. That's what we're gonna put together over there. So I'm quite sure like she'll be putting it out soon as for a different employee that she trying to hire. But no, it's gonna be something special, bro. Like we got something. It's gonna be really, really special.
That's good stuff. Like I said, y'all doing a lot of good stuff in the community. Like I say, with and that's what and that's a good thing that y'all do. And that's why I always try to talk to Dawson Waldo about people doing things in the community, coming together. Like we do book bag drives, and we feed the homeless with Tree down there at Conan's. Mm-hmm. So that's what it be about. Trying to give back and make a difference. Because I'm telling you, I tell people all the time to feed the homeless. Waldo was with me last year. When you talk about feeding the homeless, man, it make you put life in perspective. When you sit back and think, the way we throw away food.
Yeah. And
when them folks see you and they see you come with them plates. And I'm telling you, it'll bring chills to you, man.
No, for real, bro. Like every year on Thanksgiving, we go from 298, then we got a property over there, commercial property on Main Street. We go over there and feed. We feed on Nebraska. Like I get some of the best, I guess, people that sell food, the caterers in the city, and we go out there and give them a home cooked meal. But like this is something we've been doing for the last 7-8 years. We do that. We do the Christmas, we give back to school, we give back. We have on April 9th, we have a free Easter at the same park at our Perry Harvest Senior Park, where we having a car show and a concert at. We have a kids event the next day where we have bounce houses. We give away free food, free Italian ice, Easter egg hunt. Like the things that we do, this is something we do like every year. All these events we do every year. Like I say, we come from there. That's where we come from, bro. Like I feel their pain like 1,000%. So that's why we do the things that we do.
I think that's just being human, because I have to say that I was very privileged coming up. I had great parents and I had a military experience. But what concerns me when I talked to Daryl is when I went to Atlanta and I saw them, they fenced off the under area and they put those rocks there to discourage the homeless people from being able to have a comfortable place to lay. And the tent cities are not there anymore. I say, why would that happen in Atlanta? And my concern is as you get to these intersections of these cross places where the interstates are, we see these same things going on in Tampa. And I just, in a nation with an abundance, there's almost no reason for anybody who would care not to be homeless, for us as people not to ensure they have somewhere at least comfortably lay their heads and at least get a good shower every now and then. So I appreciate that people like you exist and care.
All that money they sent to Ukraine could have fed everybody and built everybody houses.
Right.
Money they sent over there. But
there's an alternative to sending money to Ukraine. You can send people. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying.
But I do believe, but I believe we, and I piggybacking on what the Mushroom Man just said, we take care of every other country but us.
No, the money is there. You could also tax tariffs. You can tax certain imports. You could also tax those who make money and find ways not to pay taxes. And we're only talking about the 10%. That's the amount of money that's over the 10 million mark. and there's very few that make it, but they don't pay any taxes.
But let me ask y'all. We just throwing numbers out there. How many homeless people you think are in Tampa? And I'm just saying the city. I ain't talking about Brand. I ain't talking about self. I'm talking about
15,000 maybe easy.
15,000.
That's 1/3 of our. one.
Well, Tampa probably has 500,000 people.
I don't know if Tampa's that not within the city limits, because you got to think. And here we go, less than 40,000 ended up determining the mayor. So
that's close,
right? Because you had like 30-some thousand votes, right? So you think about that. If you said you have that many people, and let's just say that half the population is above 18, you're going to tell me that 200,000 people didn't even participate in the mayoral election. And that's local. And you had city council people running as well. You have school board members. So, we don't want to make it a political show, but this participation, in my distinguished Air Force veteran over there making a comment about the money we send for the military, which I don't like war, but the reality is that the only alternative to sending economic relief is to send physical relief in the form of people. And there's nothing in the world that should be romanticized about war. Nothing, because there's no coming back. And I wear my wristband all the time. 22 veterans kill themselves daily because of the consequences of their experiences while wearing a uniform. If we could send money and we have it, you send it. If you didn't have it, then it'd be a different issue. But you're right. We should be spending money to help people who are here have somewhere and give them some kind of hope.
Because I think a lot of times homelessness can be triggered from so many different places. You just don't know. You know what I mean?
Mental health is another issue that we don't talk about in this country to the degree that
now, Marlon, y'all gonna provide that at your location?
Yeah.
With the health
mental health. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. That's something very big in the urban community like that. Yeah. No, we plan on just giving them a good product, everything health wise, physical, mental. Like we say, if you need some type of assistance, you need help with insurance. We just plan on doing the whole nine.
And if possible, Marlon, have your wife or whomever your contacts are reach out to the Veterans Administration so that veterans, black, white, or otherwise, can come utilize your facilities. Because I'll say this: I don't recall seeing a black or minority mental health counselor at the VA. And I received great care from James Haley. Now, some of the other stuff that James Haley I'm having an issue with, not directly with them, but some of the issues I'm having because I'm suing somebody over there too. But but I think a lot of it is, especially black men don't have somebody to go speak to about what you're talking about. Because what did Dr. Cosby say? He said, hurt people hurt people.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah, I agree.
I definitely agree with that, but I think that's something that a lot of people feel as if they go through certain things like mental health. A lot of people, blacks, especially black men, we're taught to keep that in. You supposed. Like growing up, you ain't supposed to cry. If you cry, that shows a sense of weakness. I don't agree with that. We human. You get upset about certain things, but we got to be able to communicate and speak with people because you never know what people are going through.
But you talk about the direction of funding. Where is the funding to ensure that not just men but children get adequate mental health, because that comes from insurance, which is something that, honestly, I don't really think about to that capacity, because my contract that I successfully fulfill with the military gives me an ability to do that, but I can't even pass that down. Yeah. But, mental health, I didn't realize, you got to pay for those sessions to get counseling.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know the average person that we don't have. Those are the kind of things. Now, you talking about funding, whether it's through whatever title program or the Social Security Act, whatever it is that can provide it, you're right, especially in a nation that's become inundated with being constantly inebriated. No offense, Mr. Mushroom Man, but it's something that we definitely need to talk to, especially about in our community.
Yeah, Bobby Brown doing this thing here tonight.
Hey, what are you talking about, man?
You just be great.
I don't sing.
He in his element, man. I already told Marlon to get ready, so Marlon's already been prepared. So he ain't caught off guard.
Hey, I want to help him do whatever he's doing to help the community, particularly in that sense of your wife's foray into mental health in your medical facility. I have a daughter that's going to be a doctor of pharmacy. So
yeah.
I mean, I FAMU, but you know.
No, that's what my wife when I can't say nothing about fam. I can't say
Is she active alumni? Like hit homecoming, hit the classic. She on board with all that, or she?
No, she don't really do all that.
Okay,
anymore?
Yeah, nah, she don't do it no more.
Okay.
She has so much. Her hands so full. Like she stay on the go. She move around more than me.
Yeah,
okay.
Shout out to FAMU, by the way. I appreciate the great.
Yeah, FAMU. They play South Florida. They can come down and get about 700.
Oh, we gonna get on them though. No, that ain't got nothing to do with it.
They ain't gonna beat South. They gonna get 700 grand.
We gonna whip South. South Florida's gonna win. I didn't go to FAM.
Oh, okay.
Remember they closed the door on me when I was in the Army.
He hold on to stuff. He hold on to stuff, man.
Oh yeah, I hold the grudge. Like I hold the grudge like Rakeem hold the microphone.
He hold on. He hold on to stuff. So
absolutely.
Hey,
like piss on a road trip.
Yeah.
Hey, what's that thing you got your phone braced up against over there, Daryl?
Oh yeah, real quick, man. Before we let Marlon give his shout outs. Anybody beard gang? You see, we rocking ours. Shop with Kings Care, man. They got some great stuff. I got some oil, got some little shampoo for my beard. Finna get that right. Finna have it that smooth.
Bougie over
there. Hey, finna have that. Hey, like
I don't do nothing for the grade now.
I ain't worried about the grade.
Okay, all right. I don't want the people to get fooled. Now you come back with a.
I'm gonna do like said in the tank, say the barbershop, make it smooth and soft like Gary Cole. So shout out Waldo and Tariq for, like I say, putting that together. So get online at kingscare.com, Kare. So definitely jump on that. Before we get out of here, Marlon, man, any shout outs? We still got a little bit of time, which if I want you to, give your shout outs, who you want to acknowledge, on your road to where you are, where you looking at going forward.
First and foremost, my wife, Health Matters Pharmacy. We got the help her coming this summer. My partner, brother, Fee is a Bomb Entertainment. Big Belly Ty, Alicia, Lori, Heather, everybody that helped me, man. Everybody that play the background, because a lot of people think I can't do it by myself. There's a lot of people behind me, man, that help get this stuff done. So, to anybody who I may have forgotten, you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole team, like, we have a team of people behind us, man, that just help us keep this machine moving, and we just got a lot of big things to come, man. We got a project that we're going to do in West Tampa. We got some property we own over there off of Main Street in Highwood, like 6 units. We own the parking lot and everything in the back. Like, we got something that's going to be real special over there, man. Like, I think this going to make everybody, all the blacks in town, proud to be black. Man,
keep us posted.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, we on board with you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we on board with you, Marlon. Yeah, you got Chop Shop full support. So anything you need,
absolutely.
We on board with you. Like I said, you got a lot of good things going, man. And like you say, you keeping the machine pushing, and
you care about the community.
You care about the community, and that's inspiration to anybody, especially like you said, that came up in the struggle.
Yeah,
came, went through did your time, and you came home. You ain't look back. There's a lot of times you see people that go through that same thing. They don't adapt.
Yeah, I agree, because I got some people that I was in there with, what I'm saying? They come out and they're not the same person that went in. But I just never, like I said, I never lost my faith in God. And that's another thing, what I'm saying? I'm a believer. Like, I pray all the time, and because I know I'd have been blessed, even on my lowest, I know it could have been worse, what I'm saying? And God allowed me to make it through everything I've been through. So, I'm just
a way out of no way, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like I just want to help others, what I'm saying? I want to just show people that it could be done, and also break the chain, because I got 3 grandkids, what I'm saying? And with my daughters, my stepsons, and my grandkids, what I'm saying? I want to make it easier for them.
Well, you definitely putting together a legacy for them, man.
We're trying to break the chain, man. And another thing, I just feel like as far as with leadership, I feel like with Tampa, we haven't had the black leaders that we should have since Moses White and Perry Harvin and Lee Davis.
Wow.
I think that's where I grew up. That's the era that I grew up watching those type of guys, because my great granddad had a store on 22nd Street, and I remember those names like it was yesterday.
And also Abe Brown.
Abe Brown.
That's another one.
You had a group of black leaders that really took the bull by the horns and did a lot of great things in the city. And I think we haven't had that since that generation.
They were not only vocal, but they were physical. They were there.
Yeah, they were hands on.
They were
hands on. And then, I mean, like, I'm inspired by those people, man. And it's just like, I just want to do my part, man.
It's a pleasure to meet you in person. I knew about you and didn't know this level of depth, but anything that you do. And I call Tampa home. You know, me and Heavy, we talk about, you know, I'm originally from Warner Robins, Georgia, but I call Tampa home. And one of my greatest frustrations is why we don't have the kind of participation in this city among our people that we do. We get a lot of people who talk a lot. Yeah. But they're not a billboard, and this man is a billboard, so I can appreciate it.
But like you said, and then your story, I'm captivated, just like you said, because you see people that, and I mean, just to get names, you know, Not Jenkins is a guy that I know.
Yeah, I know Not.
Not good dude, you know, not did his. Yeah. He ain't look bad
at all.
Yeah. Entrepreneur, you know, Not got his hands in a lot of different things, you know, so that's another one. Shout out to him, you know, and he. Good dude, good as gold. You know, whenever I see him, he always got a smile on his face.
Yeah.
You know, he say, "What's going on with you, Heavy?" I say, "I can't call it ball," and we go to clown it. You know, but it's always good to see him, and I think that's what, you know. I know some guys that done did time and done came home and they ain't look back, and that, like you say, you guys are two perfect examples of it can be done.
Yeah, no, it could definitely be done. Then I know some other guys, you know what I'm saying, as well, that I'm in talks with, and I have another friend of mine, Fred from St. Pete, and he doing big things, developing houses, and like we do the entertainment thing together. So now I got a lot of brothers that I'm working with, man. Good dudes. Some been incarcerated, some haven't. They have some great things going on, man, and we just plan on making our mark in the Bay Area, man. And because we have the demographic that's here, like Tampa has a lot of good stuff going on. But I think sometimes it just takes for them to see other people do it.
The opportunity is here for sure.
That we can come together as a whole and not be in competition. Like, let's build together, because you can build more with.
You're right, absolutely. But I think sometimes everybody want to be.
Right.
Some people do it to beat their chest. Yeah. And I look at what I did, me,
yeah.
And that ain't what it's about.
I think that's what separate you from other people that try to do things with other people, because just being around you allow whoever is doing their job, you allow them to do their job. You're not in the way trying to, I want it done like this, or you got to do it like this. Is you give people their tasks and they get it done how they want to get it done. Now you make sure they do it right.
Yeah.
But you not on top of them, hounding them. You believe your people, the people that you work with, you believe they can do the job they supposed to do. That's a quality that I see in you as a leader. And another thing, you don't jump out and try to take credit for everything that's going on at the function or at the event. Yeah. That's another major thing that I see, which I think kind of rubs people the wrong way. Somebody doing this, I did this, mine, I did, you know what I'm saying? They got their chest out saying they did all this, but everybody behind them probably did it. And they probably going out, they people behind them fixing what they done messed up.
Yeah. Right.
And they out there with their chest out, rah, and then people don't want to work with them.
Yeah, and I think the part of my reason for doing just that is you need a team with whatever you do. And I mean, I guess from my past life, I never wanted to be just the person to be out there, you know what I'm saying, to be the scene. Yeah, I want everybody to get their props. So I think that's kind of what makes me not want to be the person out there in front of everything. Like I done had the hype, you know what I'm saying? I had the hype at 16, 17 years old, you know what I'm saying? So I'm 50 now, so like I don't have to be seen with nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like I just want to get things done. So to me, it's not about, you know what I'm saying, being in the forefront and being seen, because as you know what I'm saying, like I done had a lot of, my wife and myself, we done had a lot of like businesses that we put money behind, and I'm not going to be the one out there, you know what I'm saying, beat my chest and I started, I help you get here, I help, you know what I'm saying, like nah, bro. Like we need, I'm gonna say, when I say we, I mean African Americans. We need more help than anybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like, no, I want you to get out. I want to help you. So in return, once hopefully you're successful and you can go help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, No, I'm not about the hype. You know what I'm saying? The hype I am. I'm way
that ain't about them. And even like I tell these my brothers up here that we do the show. This ain't my show. This our show.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how it should be. So, you know, I know the energy Dave City gonna bring when he come on. I know the energy Ruff gonna bring when he come on. And we just make it work, but I ain't never go to this my show.
Yeah.
Because it ain't. It's ours. You know, we all are a collective part of this.
Yeah.
And that's what we gotta do to keep the train rolling. So, you know, I'm grateful to have these two guys up here kicking it with me. Cause Bobby Brown gonna do his like no other.
I can step without running out of breath. But the book says, you know, it talks about, and Rev is probably watching, about each one of us has a particular anointed skill, an appointed skill, and people like you, your gifts did make a way for you. We know that. We all should know that part. But one thing is definitely detectable is the sincerity and the genuineness, and even in your humility and your desire to see people do well. So you give me hope and optimism for us, because I'm gonna tell you I lost it, but for older people,
oh man, no, Marlon's solid. Marlon's solid dude, man. I mean, always he thorough.
He really wants to see Tampa do better.
He wants to see him win,
and he wants to see him win, and I do too. I think I have enough invested being I forgot to say this, being a product of the University of Thomas Jefferson High School at 44 Cypress
Bro,
Street.
ain't nobody on that tonight.
Yeah, I forgot. I almost forgot, man.
We almost made it.
We almost made it, man.
Hey, and I'm sorry to the distinguished alumni of the University of Thomas Jefferson High School. But that people in Tampa need to care about the city that many of them have generational roots in Tampa. And as I learned about Tampa because I went to go research to find out, well, why is this and why is this? And I lost my father-in-law a couple years back, and he and I had our discussions about, and he started telling me the history of Tampa. So I would just start asking people, how did Tampa have this kind of problem with losing the concern about the historical value? We got Moses White, was only half a street. Mm-hmm. We have Abe Brown Ministries, but we don't have people carrying on the legacies of those whose shoulders I stand on.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate you. So anything you would do before I get up out of here, physically or I'm called home, we on board with you, bro. Yeah, add Chop Shop to the movement. We on board. We want to see the train. Put us on the caboose. We want to keep the train going board. Too.
Nah,
join in.
All love. So before we get out of here, we got to acknowledge our last two sponsors. Best barbecue in the city, man. My humble opinion. Everybody will argue we can, but downtown Carver City, man. Cold Ass Barbecue, 1510 North Hubert, 813-870-0404. You can go check them out Thursday through Sunday. So they got them good groceries waiting on you. And if you want to get some of them good wings in the city, man, my man Marcus McCants owns 4 wing stops in the area. I'm
going to call these out. Don't go nowhere else.
There you go. Yeah, these are the ones that sponsor the show. So if you're going on Hillsborough, just blow the horn and keep going. 23048, Florida Highway 54, 813-705-9464, 1219, Bruce B. Downs, 813-536-0222. That's over there at Wesley Chapel. 9305 North 56, right there at Quarter Bush of 56, 813-313-5174, where it all started, headquarters.
Absolutely.
2776 North Fowler.
What you doing, bro?
Blowing the horn, bro. What we stopping for? They ain't sponsoring the show. 813-903-9464. And this is my thing, man. I tell them all the time. You rock with those that rock with you. They support go both ways.
Yeah.
Support is a verb. You go both ways.
Give out the restaurant location, Marlon. I don't think you
Yeah, just,
think you did.
Yeah, don't go to Hillsborough. Just saying. Hillsborough, Brandon, Sefton. Yeah, Marlon, if you're in the city, man, like I said, either one of them locations, man, feel free to go. But we're gonna get out of here, man. Torres out of here. I think Torres up late watching games last night.
He was at that Val Spa.
He was at Val Spa. He still hung over. Okay. Yeah. We'll let Torres get some rest, man. So we back in it next week. Go let Torre get him some red.
I tried to increase the
Marlon
inflation.
was laughing.
I'm thinking, I don't know. I thought you were joking with him over there about what he was talking. That's why I looked around and made sure that wasn't you.
No, we had to ad lib for a moment.
Yeah, so look, there you go real quick before we get out of here, man. Yeah. Juvenile, Jimbo World, JT Buddy, Todd G, 69 Boy, Tay Bay, Famous Kid Britt, Javon Black, Jayla Young, Crazy. Okay, don't want to leave
Crazy
the
gonna be
club.
there. Nobody leave the
Franklin
club.
Scott. I can't see that loud in the
Pitch
bottom.
black.
Yeah, Pitch
Pitch
Black.
black.
Pitch Black, okay.
Q4.
K4.
Only one Brit.
Only Brit. Only one Brit.
Okay, Fair, how to see your part, man. Be a part of it,
and
man.
me got a 5-minute segment.
Yeah.
No, he said no.
Yeah, he shot you down,
5-minute
man.
segment.
No.
Like I say, man, hey, be about it, be without it, man. Make a choice. You got to get down to April 8th, man. It's going down for the Easter weekend. As I always say before we get out of here, man. Anybody want to be an artist, don't want to see the executive producer, all the videos, all the record dancing, come to Death Row. We crank it up. We're going to crank up next week, man. We're going to have Tara's kids and my man Tay Bryant coming on King of the Rhythm.
Just in high school.
There you go again, screaming out about the alumni. So, hey, man.
4401 Cypress Street.
Keep God first, man. Love your family when you see us holler, man. We gone. Good night.